For most of human history, people used to think that our world was the center of the universe. With the birth of philosophy and science, we learned that Earth is among 7 other planets that orbit our sun. It took us quite a long while to realize other galaxies are out there, and that the flickering lights in the sky are other suns, with whole worlds orbiting them, possibly hosting alien life. Back then, we didn't know of any planets beyond our solar system, because we hadn't detected them. So, even if we thought, well, we can't be special, we didn't know for sure. But then in the early 1990s, we started being able to detect planets, and now we've detected well over 3,000. We have missions like the Kepler telescope that are just trying to detect planets. So now the statement is that pretty much every star in the sky will have planets around it, which is remarkable. If you go out on a clear night and look at the stars, you can imagine that there will be solar systems around each one. This allows us to start thinking about how many potentially Earth-like planets might there be in the Milky Way galaxy. The answer is about 20 billion. That means there could be 20 billion rocky planets, the right distance from their star, possibly with liquid water on the surface. This habitable zone is a sweet spot where life as we know it could potentially exist. Now in our solar system, there are 3 planets in the habitable zone: Venus, Mars, and Earth. Venus is close to the Sun and Mars is further away. All of these planets may have had water on their surfaces at some point, making them potentially habitable. We are still looking for life on Mars to this day. Finding life on Mars would undoubtedly be among the biggest discoveries in human history. But if there is life on Mars, most scientists think it's microbial life. The more interesting kind of life we hope to discover, which would change our worldview forever, is multicellular life such as plants or animals. Luckily for us, there is a place within our solar system that might host that kind of life. Enter Jupiter's moon Europa. NASA is preparing the Europa Clipper mission, which is set to launch in October 2024 and will arrive in 2030. The mission plans to conduct 4 years of science observations at Europa. This moon shows strong evidence of an ocean of liquid water beneath its icy crust. So it's a top candidate to explore, and hopefully we will find evidence of alien life. Going beyond our solar system, it's extremely difficult, if not impossible, with our current technology, to send space probes and find evidence of alien life. The nearest star to our sun, Proxima Centauri, is about 4.2 light years away. So the best method is to stay put and listen for radio signals or direct our telescopes at exoplanets and look out for biosignatures. Obviously, the most exciting type of alien life is intelligent life. It is estimated that with our current pace of technological growth, a civilization could colonize our whole galaxy within 10 million years. If that is the case, where is everybody? The flip side of this is there are loads of planets out there, and there's been loads of time. This has got a name, the Fermi Paradox, named after the great Italian physicist Enrico Fermi, who asked this very simple question: where are they? Given the number of planets, stars, and the amount of time in this galaxy for complex life to emerge, it seems as if at least a few civilizations should have become spacefaring civilizations by now. So part of the evidence, part of the great conundrum here is that, on one side, we have the history of life on Earth, which suggests that we took a long time to emerge, making it seem like an unlikely process. On the other side, we have all this real estate and so much time. If you think about where we could go as a civilization, we are already becoming a spacefaring civilization now very quickly. Give us 1,000 years, assuming we don't destroy ourselves or do anything stupid, and we're sure to be on Mars and the moon. Give us 1,000,000 years, and if we survive, we should become a spacefaring civilization. 1,000,000 years is nothing compared to the age of the universe, 12-13 billion years. So it only takes a few civilizations to have evolved a bit ahead of us. 1,000,000 years, let's say 1,000,000,000 years, it's still nothing. You'd expect to see evidence of civilizations that evolved 1,000,000,000 years before us. Why can't we see them? One possible resolution to the Fermi paradox is the Great Filter. This hypothesis suggests that in the development of life, from the earliest stages of abiogenesis to reaching the highest levels of development on the Kardashev scale, there exists some particular barrier to development that makes detectable extraterrestrial life exceedingly rare. This barrier could be as a result of self-destruction. Meanwhile, The evolution of telescopes that can detect technosignatures could provide insights into the Great Filter. If planets with technosignatures are abundant, this could increase confidence that the Great Filter is in the past. Conversely, if finding life is commonplace but technosignatures are absent, this would suggest the Great Filter lies in the future. There is another relatively recent and quite interesting hypothesis that attempts to resolve the Fermi paradox. If an extraterrestrial species becomes advanced enough to send signals we can pick up, it will likely shed its traditional biological form and become a type of machine intelligence. Within this hypothesis, it is speculated that a fully digital civilization simply has no interest in colonizing the galaxy. Another intriguing solution to the Fermi problem, popular among UFO enthusiasts, is the so-called zoo hypothesis, which suggests that we are being observed without our knowledge. There is also a more depressing solution to the Fermi paradox. We might be the first ones, and we will be extinct long before any other civilizations emerge in our galaxy. When you talk to astronomers, they estimate that there are 20 billion potentially Earth-like planets out there in our galaxy. Surely there must be life all over the place, right? But we haven't found any yet. What we know from the history of life on Earth is that life began pretty much as soon as it could here on Earth. We have good evidence that life was around, let's say, 3.8 billion years ago, which suggests that the origin of life on a planet might be highly probable, given the right conditions. But when did complex life appear? Not just single cells, but animals and plants. The evidence of complex multicellular life on Earth goes back about 600 million years, not much further than that. So within the last billion years, we see complex life. It took about a third of the age of the universe for complex life to evolve on Earth. The star was stable and didn't run out of fuel, and the orbit of the planet was stable. It didn't get hit by too many asteroids. If stability for billions of years is what it takes to go from the origin of life to something that can think, then there are very few places indeed. There's a thing called the eukaryotic cell, which is what we're made of and every complex living thing on the planet is made of. Every plant, every blade of grass, every insect. It looks like these cells evolved once on this planet. One type of more primitive cell, a bacteria in this case, got inside another kind of cell called an archaea, didn't die, and somehow managed to multiply like that. This appears to be the origin of all complex life on Earth. When you start seeing the things that had to happen to make us, you start to think that this place may be extremely special. You can make the argument that this could be the only planet in our galaxy currently that has anything on it that can think. If we are the only planet in the Milky Way where brains exist, where conscious thought exists, we are the only place where meaning exists in a galaxy of 400 billion stars. Imagine if we decide to press the button tomorrow. Nuclear war, right? The person who does that might wipe out meaning in a galaxy. So, support our channel files by subscribing, ringing the bell, and enabling notifications to never miss videos like this. Be safe, be kind, and know that you are appreciated. Until next time, keep exploring the unknown.